this ain't about Venezuelans. I get that there are people that don't like the leader, but guess what? There are a lot of people that don't like our leader.
So this will be a two-part video talking about Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett's appearance on The View. So this video in particular will discuss about her Senate campaign, her run for Senate. So with her run for Senate, you know who said something last week or the week before, I guess, asked a question about her Senate run.
And you still have one other challenger, James Tallarico, state representative, who I believe you served with.
Yes.
But some Democrats worry that your reputation as an anti-Trump resistance leader could hurt you in deep red Texas, where he won by double digits. Some Republicans came out of the gate saying, you know, this was a gift and the greatest thing. How do you, and there's also been reporting that the NRSC even put your name into the field in polls to try to drive up your polling support so you'd get into the race. How do you respond to those concerns, and are you ready to take them on?
I'm absolutely ready. I wouldn't have got in the race otherwise. And the reason that we started with the video that you saw is because I knew that the attacks were coming. Mm-hmm. And the point is, I will remain cool as a cucumber, and I will smile at the end. That is why that video looked that way. I will also say that I did not rely on NRSCC to make my decision. I spent a lot of money on my own polling. So let me tell you, at the end of the day, people will have to make a decision. I'm not asking people to become my best friend. And as I used to campaign for the vice president, I would go into a lot of churches and I'd ask them to raise their hand if they love their spouses, and they would raise their hand. And I'd say, do you always agree with them? Yeah, that's the kind of response we would normally get. Listen, it's not about whether or not you agree with someone 100% of the time. It's about, do you have the strength to stand in this moment? And right now, the people are looking for real leaders that are going to fight for them.
Yes, yeah, right, and you're one of them.
So let's just...
Yes, it is crazy to actually see these people. If you pay close attention, you will notice something. These people have the same talking point. I started reporting on this topic a few days ago. 2 days after, they came in with their talking points. And that is just what you saw here. Yesterday, Whoopi Goldberg actually said the same thing. And if you watch the mainstream media, they want to say this kind of narrative. Someone said she is the stupid person in a room full of stupid people. Everything she just bloviated was a direct parallel of what the liberal media is trying to say, and the only ones buying it are the liberal media. Her final comment alone flies in the face of reality. That is a simple truth. The media is buying this kind of narrative. It is shameful that these people can't give him credit.
Now, the people are looking for real leaders that are going to fight for them.
Yes, yeah, right, and you're one of them.
So let's just be clear. Jasmine Crockett is not the leader of the resistance against Trump. She didn't run on the resistance against Trump when she ran for Congress. She has not legislated like that in Congress right now, and she's not doing it for her Senate campaign. So Alyssa just need to cut.
I mean, we've seen this play out before. I guess this is one of the reasons that some people don't want us to know history, is so that we are doomed to repeat it, and seemingly that is what we are doing. Here's the problem. The biggest problem that I have is that it was illegal. Everything that this administration does is illegal, and so I don't know how you take the moral high ground when you are actually executing something in an unconstitutional way in the first place. Right. And so
we didn't really invade Venezuela. This isn't really just about oil. It's about China, which deployed a spy ship off the coast of Venezuela in August to monitor our military. It's about Russia, which landed planes that can carry nukes to America at least 3 times in Venezuela. It's about the fact that Maduro wasn't even the democratically elected leader of Venezuela and was giving our biggest rivals the ability to hurt America in our own backyard. This is about power. And in case you haven't noticed, we've been losing it to China. Trump isn't the first president to make a power play for America. He's just the first to be honest about it. Maduro is an ally of China. Venezuela's military equipment mostly comes from China. China has poured over $100 billion into Venezuela. Today, most of Venezuela's oil goes straight to China. Just hours before we captured him, Maduro was meeting with China's special envoy. Venezuela has 17% of oil reserves in the world. Do you want that controlled by China? Some people are saying it's immoral to interfere with Venezuela's affairs like we are. But guess what? China already were. And maybe you think it's immoral for us to get involved.
Yes, this guy is right. He's just touching some of the important points that I abide with. Taking a look at Jasmine, at some point I used to question, like, is this lady really okay to be in Congress? She is not wrong. The problem is, if Biden Kamala had done it, she would be defending it. She doesn't give an F about Venezuelans either. That is a simple truth. But they will always play this card, struggle to make people believe that they actually care. If you take a look at what Jasmine is doing here, to me, the talking points are very clear now. Oh, Trump is interested in this. Trump is not interested about Trump talking about illegal immigrant, things like that. It was for all the countries in the world, especially the third world countries. He did not specify all the people in Venezuela. There are other countries facing persecutions. That is exactly what Trump has been doing. So I don't get the point why they always struggle to play this.
Now, I know there are a lot of people that are talking about this is good for the Venezuelan people because Maduro was a bad guy, but that's not why he did it. He has not cared about Venezuelans at all. Let me be clear about that part.
That's true.
And here's the receipts. The Enemy Aliens Act, which most of us had never heard of because it's from the 1700s, he invoked it specifically because of Venezuelans. He said, we are being attacked and invaded by Venezuelans. That was number one. Then the next thing that you know, CCOT, that's where he was sending Venezuelans. Remember the 60-minute episode that they did not want to air about how they were treating them, mistreating them at CCOT? That's where he sent Venezuelans. Then after that, he was illegally in folk saying that, oh, well, it was supposedly about fentanyl, which is not where we get fentanyl.
No, it isn't.
To be clear, this ain't about Venezuelans. I get that there are people that don't like the leader, but guess what? There are a lot of people that don't like our leader. And regardless, somebody coming into the United States and grabbing our leader in the middle of the night in this country, I'm sure everybody would be outraged at them doing it that way.
Yes.
It's the way that it's done.
But nobody stops
It's the way
them,
that it was
Jasmine.
done.
Nobody stops them.
I'm trying, Joy. I'm trying.
She's
I know
trying.
you are.
Let me
Y'all hate Trump too much for me. I swear to God.
How quickly we forget things. You know,
Not personally know someone who tells stories about their father or grandfather being gathered in the street in front of them for their opinion. If you have never had to console your friend because she didn't get to go visit her mother and has never been able to go lay flowers at her gravesite because she was not allowed back into her own country, sit down.
It is always about them. I should not go into history again because I've repeated myself over and over about these issues. Jasmine knows Democrat president did a lot more worse than this. Yeah, Obama, Joe. But Jasmine was never outraged about that. It is never about this. People talk about Gaddafi, what Obama did, every single time. And they always link to things like this. But you'll never see these same people coming out to talk about that. So the kind of hypocrisy with Democrat is always alarming. But I don't really care. I'm just saying this now blowing up every single day. Look at recent polls. Majority of Americans believe they like what Trump did. Democrat will struggle to discredit it. But it can't work. People see the truth. Look at people happy about all the things that Trump did. I don't want to emphasize on this over and over. I just wanted you to see this. I want to appreciate people sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I'm going to end here as of the short clips at the end. That is for the white algorithm. You can skip.
It's interesting. It was almost a near-death experience.
What are your thoughts on this?
Well, these guys are paid. They're so organized. I mean, it's less than even 24 hours. They got hundreds of signs made. It's almost like they have a print shop in the back of their People's Forum over here down in the city.
What brings you out here today?
I'm organized with the Revolutionary Communists of America. We're out here to say hands off Venezuela, and we.
We should keep sentiment sometimes away and face reality on certain issues. This is something I never even thought of that would happen. When this lady won that election, this guy played the mafia and took the election away. I knew nothing can be done about that.
Donald Jennifer Trump.
I'm a little in shock about that.
It's my wife. Wait to get back on the air tomorrow night to talk about them. Thank you, everyone.
This is about 100.
There you go.
$1,500.
Let's see if they get it.
Well,
I want to see them get it.
MAGA's going to break up because of Donald Trump's criticism of Robin.
Can sit at either place. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
You and your husband were friends with Rob and Michelle Reiner, and
everybody knew that wasn't true.
A dangerous relative as a likely suspect. A tip that led to her brother Nick. Rob Reiner and Nick had a heated argument the night before at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, being back on his own. In one interview,
she said,
should have said nothing.
The United States to take this family tragedy in which the president had made no comment.
When people ought to have.
Yeah.
Absolute horror.
I am so sad and disappointed.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What y'all doing? We got another post from Dirty Martini. Extra.